Okay, so we already looked at files and how to read from them, but now let's take a look at where to grab them as well. So we'll take a quick break from kind of manipulating and go and just finding them. So let's start by playing hide and go seek with our input file. So as of last time we looked, we grabbed the input file and then we read from it. And it happened to be in the same directory as our files.py. So let's do a new folder here, and we'll just say input. Call it input. We'll put the input into the input folder. If we go ahead and run, we already saw this error is it's going to give us an exception saying we can't find the input.txt. Well, where can we find it? The simplest way is just to type in input.txt. Oops, and let's stop that so we don't get there. So when I run it again, it can go ahead and find it. This is what's referred to sometimes as a relative path. But not everything is so easily found or right there in the next directory in normal life or normal situations. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do that same look. I'm going to go ahead and copy this, but instead of doing the relative path, I'm going to do the absolute path. So instead of going into input and then input.txt, because really what it's doing is it's going from saying, okay, I'm in pi, oops, let me go back in here, I'm in pi, I'm just going to look for the input, and then I'm going to go and find the input text. What we want to do is get that full path length. The easiest way to do it is click on this guy right there and copy, and I'm going to paste. Now if you notice, they use the / format. That can be a little bit dangerous. As you can see in Python, we use the reverse. So let's change that. And there's actually different reasons for different ones. The / is actually more used more often than the /, but so a lot of times the / works. But remember, and I don't know if you remember our print, I'm going to do another print all stuff again. I'm going to show you an example of where that could get you into trouble. Oh, and remember, we got to also, it's in files, input / input text. That should get us there, right? I forgot I was not, I should have put that in there. And if this is the case, then let's go ahead and run it. And it says it finds it again very easily because it goes exactly to the place. And the reason why you don't want to use backslashes is notice this character right here, this, you don't want to use / because this /n is specific, and you can put it inside a pair of single quotes. So whenever you see a slash, usually that means, in this case /, usually that means a special character is going to come up that's going to make us read. If I don't know how far you've read on this, but there's a /n, which is carriage return, /t, which is a tab, // which allows you to put a / inside of a set of single quotes. And so on and so forth. These are really more for formatting. And if we try to do that in our path, since it is actually, let me get out of here. If I get in that, I am actually inside a set of quotes, so it might mess it up in the way that it might not know whether it's a special, like a character turn or a special character coming, or a special formatting coming up, or it's actually a directory. So to keep that ambiguity out of it, we just go with the backslash, and then things tend to work out fine. Okay, so let's stop here, make this a shorter video, and then we'll come back and kind of go back to manipulating what's inside these files.